Chrissy Chin, your laid back, choose fun business coach. And I've got a little sneak peek behind the scenes inside Digital Duplication Academy, one of our design coaching calls that we hold weekly for our students inside that program. Inside this video, it's going to be showing you Claire. I think I make a few comments in there, ask a few questions as well. But Claire is my sister. She's my business partner, and she's one of the designers that helps our students build amazing, beautiful websites, lead magnets, so many great things. And so she's working in this video with Kim on one of our group coaching calls, but working one-on-one with Kim to help Kim improve the design of her freebie, of her lead magnet. Design is actually just as important as the copy. One of our copywriters always say people come to your website for the and if they like the design, they'll stay for the copy. So kind of same thing for whatever it is that you're creating, graphics, lead magnets, anything. The design has to be pleasing, and it has to do its purpose with guiding the person who's receiving that information on a journey so that they can take in the copy and it can be received in an effective manner. So design is super important. So in this video, Claire is helping Kim and kind of showing her how she's taking Kim's design. Kim used one of our existing templates, started uploading her content that she wanted to use to educate with her freebie. And then Claire is giving Kim ideas and showing her how she can improve this design to help showcase the content and share that message in a much better way. So you're going to learn things like anchoring. What's anchoring? Why do we want to do it in a document? You're going to learn some tips on spacing. And they're using Canva. So if you're familiar with Canva, it will look familiar to you. If not, maybe you'll learn some new tricks and tips. But before we dive into that behind the scenes, where you're going to get to see our design expert working hands-on with one of our students, I want to invite you to a free masterclass that I'm holding soon called How to Build a Wildly Profitable Website Without Knowing a Thing About Tech. It's for network marketers or coaches, health professionals who want to build a website. Maybe you don't have one, or you have one and you know it needs improving. In this masterclass, it's free, by the way, I'm going to teach you 3 things. 1, how to build a website at lightning speed without being a tech wizard. Number 2, how to turn your leads into customers on autopilot. And number 3, how to create an engaged community of lifelong customers. So for my network marketers, that means more duplication on your team. For my coaches, health professionals, creatives, that means that you will create customers that anytime you put out a new program, a course, or anything, they will purchase it. And they'll also refer people to your business, so creating more customers for you. So this is an amazing masterclass. I can't believe I'm giving it away for free. It's happening very soon. Go ahead and go to thechrissychin.com/website-masterclass to register. If you're listening to this in the future, you can jump on the waitlist for the next time that we offer it. So hop over to that website. Link is in the description. Sign up. Maybe pause this video before we dive in. Sign up, and then I'll meet you back here for behind the scenes.
All right. Kim, you wanted us to make your design freebie even better. Is Kim on here right now? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I did yesterday actually grab your the template that you had submitted in the community and kind of made some tweaks that I had noticed when I was going through. And for those of you who didn't see the original last week, I don't actually have the before, but I can pull it up. I'll just duplicate this template. So here, let's do that. So I can kind of show before and after so you guys can see my working process a little bit. Let me zoom before I share my screen. Okay, so this is your original one that you had submitted. I know we talked last week about adding a bunch more sections, and I see that you did that with the cooking fats and moving down into, let's see, where is it? Refined grains. So I actually just went through the sugar part and made some changes. And then I figured you could take that and kind of implement what you want into the other sections. So let's pop back up to the top. And this is your page 1. I can kind of show you what I did just to make a few tweaks. So I noticed, as you can see here, the spacing is a little bit funny. And I wanted to call out the headers a little bit more, as well as give some visual attention to this, which I like that you pulled it out and it became its own thought, but I thought we could add a little bit more to that. And then I made just a few tweaks down here. So I'll kind of show you what I did. Take it or leave it as far as the background goes. This, I often will pick like a more neutral tone for printing purposes. But if people are just reading this on the site and you want it to really be your brand colors, I think that yellow is fine. I just gave an alternative option to see if that kind of is something you're drawn to visually. So I worked through just making sure that the spacing around this was even. And then I added a little "did you know" and just changed that font to your body font to make this a header and then this a body. And then I enlarged your headers just a touch, and then kept this section consistent. So same header, same font style, and added a drop shadow in your photo here. So you can kind of just see very minimal changes, but it just sort of, I think, balanced out and kept things consistent as we're moving through header, body, header, body, header, body. You know, so all of the header fonts are the same and consistent sizes. All of the body fonts are same and fairly consistent. Does that look like, do you feel like that transformed it a little? Are you liking the changes?
Yes, I like it.
Okay, cool. And so with this section right here, I kept that consistent on the next page. So there was another "did you know" section. And so I did that the same way here. Make sure that's all center aligned. And I liked what you did with the font styles. I think that really draws your attention to the words you have to keep an eye out for. And then I just sort of tweaked this area. So you can see the before, you guys. You know, you had separated up. I didn't really change the sections. I thought it was great the way you separated all of the content up. I just wanted to sort of anchor this area that felt a little forgotten down here. So I added a color section with, you know, so what can you do? Use natural sugar sparingly. So it sort of answers, even though you talk about it all in here, this section now feels like it answers that box.
Yeah, that's way better.
Cool. And then looking back at this section, you had some great content with showing snacks, beverage flavoring options, and fast energy. But again, they sort of felt like they were floating in space. So I just, anchored that a little bit more, added, you had that like brush stroke. So I kind of played with that in these sections here. And then, you know, separated out by that back color that we've used a little bit above, and then added more brush strokes down here, and then use drop shadows to make them feel just a little bit more anchored as well. Something about drop shadows and frames, I think, really just help kind of like make an image or a silo or like a PNG that has a transparent background just feel a little bit more hearty, I guess. Like it has more purpose on the page. And then added just a little feature to these headers down here. We could probably get consistent with that, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So if you wanted, because it's not two different thoughts, these are just three different suggestions. If you want that header consistent, what you would do is you'd click on the header you want it to be, and then there's this copy style little paintbrush paint roller, and then you would click on that, and that would adjust that header to match the rest. And then I didn't do anything with this page because I thought it was great. You could probably add drop shadows or something to your photos. But I just kind of tweaked the back to match. Again, you could go back to that yellow if you liked that better. I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. I don't know if others do. So I figured since you laid out your other sections fairly consistently to that you can kind of take that and run with it. And if you have any issues or questions or struggles with an area that doesn't feel like it's translating well as you're moving through it with some of those recommendations, you can definitely come back to us and we can help you a little bit more with that. What are your thoughts?
I love everything that you did.
Okay.
Trying to think for the other sections. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just a matter of, so you could go in here and, you know, copy that section, bring it down. I typically just like pull that aside, paste it in, bring it down, and then I would copy what you have there, paste it into this section, and then adjust sort of that area. So kind of going in and just finding the spots that feel similar to those adjustments and just tweaking them. And then again, you know, going in and making sure the headers and the body are consistent across the page. So tweaking that, adding a drop shadow. So if you
Claire, what's your recommendation for, so that number 2, that top box, you know, there's a lot of text there. I do see an extra period floating. And so if you take that period out, it will bring up the bottom a little bit, but you had made the headers of the other ones bigger. So is there even really room to make that bigger?
So this is 16.9.
And Marion wanted to know if you can do that paintbrush thing across different pages.
Yeah, you sure can. So here, I'll show you real quick. So click on the one you want it to turn into, copy style, scroll all the way down. And adjust.
Okay, so it could, and then there's that. So you can,
Yeah, so if I ungroup this and sort of tweak some of this, I mean, it's just as simple as just really creating more space for that. You know, if I can't, I think the rest was 10-point font, but kind of just giving it some breathing room.
okay, I feel like I just had a duh moment. Like, oh yeah, duh, make the box bigger.
Yeah.
Guys.
But Chrissy, I feel like that's I mean, some, you know, people may not automatically think that that's the right thing to do.
Well, I actually thought that was a really good question because then the box is going to be a different size from the rest of the boxes.
That's okay.
Matter? Okay.
Totally fine. Just be mindful of, like, I always just try to keep an eye on. So like here, you can see the edge is smaller over here, but we're kind of running off here. So if you look at it in each section as a whole, it feels like there's enough negative space over here to match over here. And then same here. So there's more border, I guess, and more on this side as far as visual space. So like each section sort of stands as balanced. It doesn't have to be perfect from, you know, balanced from one box to the other, if that makes sense.
And then maybe in regards to the boxes, make sure that the border is the same size.
Correct.
But the box is a different size, so it feels consistent.
Yeah. So like right here, I'm just seeing that like this side's smaller than this side. So going in and sort of just making sure that that is.
And then consistent with the box below it in the border. There's not, is it just eyeballing it?
I mean, I just eyeball it. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if there's a way to perfectly, when you're adjusting the size of those boxes, if there's a way to kind of perfectly, I would, if I'm being honest, make this a little bit smaller, just so you have not quite as big of a dot and you can see that font a little bit better. But yeah, that's kind of how you would just tweak that.
Okay, cool. And then do you see that dot under vegetable oil and stores in that? Okay, there. So just as long as making sure Kim saw it to remove that and then space it. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to take some tweaking to go through. And if you're kind of struggling to figure out how to fit certain sections, feel free to reach out again. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah. Do you have any quick thoughts on the sections where I talked about the 5 different kinds of healthy fats?
Is that above here?
Down.
Down. Oh, like this area?
No, I
Oh.
think it's the next page down,
Okay.
right there, that area. The coconut oil, sunflower oil. It all feels very crowded.
It does look crowded. I think you could get away with making this font a bit smaller. This, okay, yeah, I would definitely also separate the header from your other section.
Okay.
Oops. Let's do this. There we go. So yeah, making sure that that header, sorry guys, bear with me. It takes a little bit of tweaking when you're like copying and pasting over other text. So one thing you could do is maybe pull out, like here, I would pull this section all down just a touch. Maybe create the header of the sunflower. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm just like trigger happy with my clicking today. Apologize. You could do something along the lines of, you know, let's make that white, add an element, a square element, oops, here. Change that to your brand. And then you have, yeah. And then you have a header. So you'd run that down each section. So like sunflower oil would be this section, and then butter would be right here. And that way you could give yourself a little more space to sort of call out these sections.
Yeah, I think put and depression on the next line, maybe not a bullet, so that you're.
Or you guys are seeing my design process at work right now. So that way you give yourself just more space. And then maybe this design right here you could even pull sort of this type of thing. So with the two lines, best used for two lines, and then you have kind of a list there. So that sort of separates this section from this section.
Okay.
But yeah, that's, do you see how it's kind of, oh, here we go. Best used for right there. You're kind of just, it's okay to like get a little bit smaller with your font to give yourself a little bit more space around it. And then just, yeah, I think that's probably how had I played around with this, that's probably how I would have done each one of these sections, and then just stay consistent. So that header, the way that that's laid out would be for butter as well as tallow, you know, as you move through. Okay, take a shot at it, and then if you have questions, come back to the community. We'll help you out there. Okay.
Thank you.
What did you think? Was that amazing? Tell me in the comments one little golden nugget that you took away, or something that you were like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. And now when you go into designing something, you're going to be a little bit more mindful of how to incorporate design into copy. I'd love to know. Tell me in the comments if you found value in this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe little button and the bell, so everywhere you can be notified when a new video comes out. This is kind of a little bonus video. I think I'm going to do more of these, but every single week I bring the Badass is the New Black podcast to my YouTube channel, so you can watch new episodes there where I teach you all the things from branding, how to build your website, how to find your target audience, how to run and scale a business while you work less and enjoy and earn a whole lot more. So stay tuned for more videos. Last reminder, do not forget to sign up for the free masterclass coming up. The link is below in the description, so super easy. I don't know why you haven't already clicked it to sign up for it, but it's called How to Build a Wildly Profitable Website Without Knowing a Thing About tech. I'm going to teach you 3 things in there. The first one is how to build a website at lightning speed without being a tech wizard. Number 2 is going to be how to turn those leads into customers on autopilot. And number 3 is how to create an engaged community of lifelong customers. So for you network marketers out there, that means more duplication on your team. And for my coaches or health professionals, that means more lifelong customers that every time you put something out there, they're like, yes, give it to me. Yes, I need to buy that. Yes, I need to join that program of yours. And they also refer other people to you in your business. So super important part to learn about and what really makes your website wildly profitable. So you do not want to miss this masterclass, thechrissichin.com/website-masterclass to register. If you're listening to this in the future, you can jump on the wait list there as well. Again, the link is down below in the description. I cannot wait to see you. I'm super excited about it. All right, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you later.